History of syllabus. The syllabus designed for language teaching up to the 1915s focused on general English, focusing material graded for vocabulary level and linguistic difficulty. English was taught through its structure and vocabulary. However, there was a little contextual material and responses were complexly controlled. Other approaches included travel and English commercial books and technological English courses. The teaching of English as a second or foreign language became increasingly important after World War II. With immigration, refugees, and foreigner student generation, demand for English courses in United Kingdom, Canada, United States, and Australia. English roles in international communication expanded rapidly by the 1915s. And the next is the sequence of the new method. Cambridge local examination were introduced to the colonies, where English was taught as the discrete subject. From the 1915s to the mid-1916s, English was taught as a discrete subject, focusing on grammar and vocabulary. This was later replaced by TESL or TEFL approach based on a structural syllabus and situational drill-based methodology. In the 1916s, the United States adopted the audiolingual method, a powerful method based on behaviorism. This approach focused on habit building through repetition and pattern practice. Audiolingual was based on the principle of reinforcement, giving a right response and inducing behavior. The audiovisual method, developed in Europe, used visual means for presenting and practicing new language. And the next is changing need for foreign language in Europe. The current focus on method in foreign language teaching system from the late 1915s, when foreign language teachers were vastly led to believe there was a solution to the language learning and teaching problem. However, the enthusiasm for new method uh, has not taken into account learner needs. In response, many Europe countries reevaluated language uh, teaching policy in the 1917, focusing on the teaching foreigner language, curriculum education, and intensity. The Council of Europe in 1969 decided to remove language barrier, promote cultural and educational cooperation, and study modern European languages to achieve full understanding and cooperation among European countries. In response to concern about language teaching, policies were based on information about society's needs. Questions included whether all members of a community consider knowing a foreign language, the number of language needed, the demand of each language. And if there was a stable need pattern, the Council of Europe proposed a unit credit system for developing adult language teaching programs. Breaking down the syllabus into quantum unit of work with credit ratings, the threshold level was the lowest level of general foreign language ability recognized in the system. This led to the emergence of communication language teaching, or CLT, as the new direction for language teaching, focusing on the societal and learner needs as a starting point for a re-evolution of language teaching. That's all from me. Thank you. The next sub material will present by my friend.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I will continue with the presentation about English for specific purpose. The language for specific purpose (LSP), a movement emerged in the 1950s as a response to practices concerns such as preferring non-English background students for study at American and British universities, teaching students who has already mastered general English but needed English for employment, providing material for employment, providing material for people needing English for business purpose, and teaching immigrants the language needed to deal with job situation. ESP students usually study English for specific roles, such as foreign student in English medium universities, flex attendants, mechanics, or doctors. Traditional free ESP response in the 1950s include trainers taking stats of the audiovisual course in Poland's colloquial English based on structural criteria without considering functional communicative needs or the learner's immediate situation. Jupp and Hodlin described the traditional free ESP response to the situation in the 1950s, citing the example of a country that needs to teach foreign language to keep personnel dealing with threats or foreign business. Increasingly from this time and throughout the 1960s, it was realized that for learners in situations such as this, what was needed was not more and more lesson and advanced English or colloquial English, whatever that was, but training in the case of English learners will use of a counter in the specific occupation and situation. This seems to be largely a matter of determining what the linguistic future will of such situation. Maybe that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, so I will continue the presentation. So, science of needs analysis, the procedure used to specify the target level communicative competence of the student, and procedures for timing the information so gathered into an ASIR syllabus, and an example will illustrate how the model could be applied in carrying out. For example, need profile number one is personnel who the employees are their age, nationality, sex, educational background, work experience. Number two, propose the keys of outcome expected, such as the type of communicative skill and community skills and the clients need to develop. Number three, setting the type of restaurant in which the employees work and the kids of customer who use the restaurant. Number four, interactional, the rule relationship with such as waiter and waiters, and to variable customer waiter and waiters to restaurant manager, waiter and waiters to kitchen staff. Number five, medium, mode, whether spoken or written, face to face, and the channel. Number six, dialect, whether both formal and casual style. Number seven, target level, whether basic, intermediate, and advanced level. Number eight is anticipate, for example, gathering, taking risk, recuse, clarifying communicative information, and describing menu item event. Number nine, key, for example, unhurriedly, quietly, and politely. Okay, maybe that's all. Thank you.
Teachers and curriculum planners are engaged in ongoing processes of review and evaluation in order to bring about curriculum renewal and change. And this is the process of curriculum renewal. The process is the review of principles to guide the language teaching or learning processes in the light of applied linguistic theory and classroom experience. Second is the reworking of syllabus, embodying aims, objective, content, and a broad methodology. And the third is the review of classroom teaching and learning strategies. And next is the choice, adaptation, and creation of resources embodying appropriate learning experiences. And next is the review of assessment designed to monitor, record, report, and provide. And next is the peak of learner progress. And review of classrooms schemes of work relating all of above together. And review and creation of strategies designed to assist teachers evaluate classroom practice and to improve them. And identification of areas of research to determine possible ways forward in any of above areas. And review of devising of in-service education designed to assist teachers to widen their conceptual and pragmatic base in practical areas and to find solutions to their own classroom problems.